Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It seems that I have been delving more into the fixed blade knife collection that I have. It's not that I favor fixed blade more, it's just that it's how it goes. Sometimes I get pulled into the fixed blades and then I would always revert back to the carry knives, which are the folding blades. Folding blades, mainly the flippers. The flippers is one of my most favorite types of knife. You know, there's not much that you won't like about the flipper. I mean, it's got the most efficient opening mechanism in the folding knife category. With only one hand, you would be able to open it. You would not need another hand to do that opening movement. So, what's not to like about a flipper? This flipper, I would say, is one of the more nicer flipper in my collection, and I've had this for already a while. But compared to the other flippers that I have, it came late. When I bought it, I'd say I bought it around 3 years ago. Now, the flipper that you see here would be the Shirogorov 95. Of course, these are not the authentic Shirogorov made flippers that are made in Russia. These are the Chinese copies, the Chinese varieties that you see mostly available for the common folks. Now, is it bad that it's just a Chinese variety? Of course not. I mean, how this knife is made is still impeccable. Centering could be better, but the overall finish on the knife is still top notch. The knife here is the Shirogorov 95 blued titanium with carbon fiber inserts. And if you got that flipping action, it comes out strong and smooth. The overall shape of the knife, being a Shirogorov 95 variety, would have that familiar shape. I've already reviewed one Shirogorov variety, and I would be sure to point that review up in here. I guess this would be it. So if you put these guys side by side, they are almost identical in shape, the outline I mean, but in the small details around the knife, they would vary greatly. This one has a full titanium handle, and it's got these stripes going onto it. This one has got a blue titanium handle, and it's got a carbon fiber, textured carbon fiber going onto it, an inlay, an insert if you will. The thickness also would vary. The gray one is considerably thicker than the blue one. Although the blade shape, they are the same. This guy has got a blood groove going in through it. And of course it's got that marking on it, whereas this guy does not have it, and it's just mark as D2. Also, the blade here is stonewash, and this one is satin. This guy has a third pin on here, and this guy, the third pin would hold the spacer, whereas this guy would not have a spacer. So side by side comparison, they are of the same shape, but if you would notice, this is considerably lighter, thinner, and all those good things that come with it. This is a little bit chunky. This is more of a dress carry knife, and you can clearly hear it on how it fires. Clunky. Not as clunky. For size comparison, these Shirogorov 9.5s, I would take out another Shirogorov that I have, but this would be the Sienkiewicz. I'd put that link here for the review of this knife. Just a little bit sleeker. And for blued comparison, one of the knives that I favor for carry would be the RJ Martin Overkill. Come on, RJ Martin, you can do it. There you go. The fastest flipping knife that I have, I would say, and the best feel. And that sound. They're gonna fit one group shot so that you'd see how it's gonna be stacking up against the Shirogorov 9.5s. Put the link here for this knife. In terms of blade steel, this one is marked as D2 steel, and I think it cuts like one. D2 steel would be cutting like so. This one is 9.18MOv. It's the Chinese stainless steel equivalent to 440C. This is without sharpening, straight from the factory. And it cuts like that. No slouch. This guy does not have D2 steel. It has the same steel with this guy, and it's 9.18MOv, Chinese stainless steel. depending on the angle and how it goes into the paper, you can see that it cuts smooth. And that's without stropping, and that's without touching it, coming from the factory. So I would say that this stainless steel 9Cr18MOv is no slouch. It can hang on to one of the better steels that you have, although I would very much prefer the Sandvik's 12CN and the 14, but 9Cr18MOVs as compared to D2 carbon steel semi-stainless, these are stainless steels. So I would say that these guys are very good for food prep. I would be using it for that purpose. The texture on the carbon fiber gives it a really good feel in the hand. Although there's no jimping on this part here, there's this recess for your thumb here, if you can see that. So it's like you don't need to choke up here, you can just choke up in this part and your thumb would be resting into that recess part. And you would have a good knife purchase with this one. Little bit the same, see, this guy would not have that recess, so it kind of is smooth as compared to this one. Still smooth, but there's that additional traction of that recess part there. But what it lacks in this part, it makes up for the stripes on its body, which gives it a really good feel as well. The nice thing about flipper knives, as you know, they would have this finger guard choil here, so your hands are safe from the blade. Even though you have a thrusting maneuver, if you go reverse, your hands are protected with that finger guard. I like this knife. I really do. I mean, I don't see it for sale now. There's lots of other knives that the Chinese are producing, and also if this particular type of Shirogorov 9.5 is not available, there are other variations of the Shirogorov 9.5s that are out there. It's not just this type, because how they produce things, they probably already produced this in batches, and I would say that this batch was from 3 years ago, so they already have new ones. So between the two, what do you think do I like best? Let's go to the weighing scale for that. 6.5 ounces for this full titanium Shirogorov 9.5. 5.2 ounces for this blue titanium with carbon fiber insert. This guy considerably lighter, and it has a thinner blade. This one stainless steel, this one D2 carbon steel. So between the two, what do I like best? I like them both for specific jobs. This one, I would do this as a camp knife. And carbon steel is very tough, and it's got no paint on the blade. It's just stonewash, so you can also use this for food preparation if you like, and it would definitely go patina with the D2 carbon steel. This one is more efficient for the food preparation side because it's stainless steel, and I would say it's lighter, considerably lighter at 5.2 ounces as compared to this. And this one has just got that blue color to it, nice blue tone. Bit boring knife with all gray, although it's two-toned. This one has got the blue and a purple hue, depending on how you look at the, depending on the angle, on how the light shines on it. Just a quick measurement. This is 8 and oh fuck. Some guy was saying that I don't know how to read tape. Well, yeah, that's true. It's like, all right, I'd say this is 8 1/4, 8 3/4. Yeah, no, 8 3/4, not a quarter. The 8 1/4 is 8 1/4. This is 8 3/4, and the blade area, I would say at 4 inches, and from tip to pivot it would be at 4 1/4, 4 1/2, 4 1/4. But that blade area already has good area to it, just enough for you to do what you need to do, and it is flat ground. So flat grind has that ability to slice nicely, especially for food preparation. As you would check, this is what the knives in your kitchen would look like, a flat grind. Well, I guess you like this video. I mean, I'm gonna be coming back into my folding blades again. It's just a cycle. I haven't finished the fixed blade.